Hey, Steve, can you go ahead and give us just an overview of what the current situation is today with the Silver Fire?
Sure, we're at 16,000 acres. We're calling it 25% contained today. We had crews out on the line last night that made good progress with line construction, and they were able to slow the forward progression of the fire down significantly. This morning we sent new crews out onto the line, and they're continuing to improve the line that was built last night and construct new line.
Okay, and now on this map I see can you just explain to me the completed versus uncontrolled fire edge?
Sure. So the completed fire edge basically means that the area that we have bare mineral soil between the part of the fire that burned and the part that hasn't burned. And so our goal is to get 100% around the entire fire. There's still a lot of fire on the east end of the fire that we don't have that control line around the fire. So our crews are going to continue to try to improve and build that line today.
Okay, now what about evacuations? I understand those are still mandatory, and we are not sure yet when they will be changed to voluntary.
Correct. So all our evacuation orders are still in place. One of the reasons is we have a bunch of safety issues in the fire area itself. Most of them are along Highway 243 and then in some of the residential areas up in the Twin Pines and Silent Valley area. And so we're seeing trees that are down on the road, power lines that are down. Yesterday when I was coming off the hill, because the fire, when it went through, it was a very dirty burn. And what that means is not all the fuels burnt when the fire went through the area in a lot of the burn area. So we are seeing a lot of hot spots where we're having flare-ups. And some of those hot spots are right next to the roadside. Some of those hot spots are creating rock slides onto the roadway itself. And so until it's completely safe to send the residents back into all the areas, we're going to keep those evacuations in place.
Okay, and what about Highway 243? What about the closure there?
Yeah, that's going to same thing. That's going to stay in place until it's safe to send people back onto the highway. Like I said, we have lines down, power lines, telephone line, different utilities down, and then we have rocks on the road. We have trees on the road, so it's definitely not safe to send anybody into that area yet.
Okay, and then do you know the current situation over in Snow Creek area? I understand that's kind of where the fire was encroaching.
Yeah, the fire was, it did make a run last night, a significant run towards the Snow Creek area. That's why we put the evacuation order in place there. We do still have crews over there working that area right now, and those evacuations are still in place.
Okay, and can you just describe today's firefighting conditions with the winds and what crews are seeing out there today?
Sure. So one of the things that we're hearing from some of our weather experts is that there are two high pressures today. There's one over the desert, there's one over the ocean. They think that the one over the ocean is going to be the more dominant high pressure. And so what that means for our firefighting efforts is there's a possibility that the wind direction might change. And it might be more of an offshore type flow, which would totally change the direction. The last couple of days it's been an onshore flow. It's been blowing the fire towards the east. So if it blows towards the west with an offshore flow, then we could see an increase in some of those flare-ups inside the perimeter of the fire. And then until we get the perimeter of the fire fully contained with 100% line construction, we could see some flare-ups on the perimeter of the fire as well.
Okay, thank you.